What is up, all you worship peoples? Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Nate Meist, and I love equipping worship leaders with helpful and encouraging content. And you know, you're a worship leader even if you play on the band. I hope you know that. You don't need to be in the front line singing the songs. Everyone on that stage is a worship leader. Anyways, rant over. We're going to be looking at how to play on an acoustic guitar, a brand new release by ICF Worship and Redman called When the World is Changing, just released on May 27th of this year. We're also going to be looking at it in the context of a congregational setting, so stick around for that. But let's get into it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. If these videos are helping you, which is the goal, why don't you give them a like and maybe even subscribe so that you don't miss future worship tutorials. Alright, so there are three things we're going to be looking at to help you learn this song on an acoustic guitar in this video. The first thing is key and capo placement. The key that the song was recorded in, the key that I'm playing it in, and how to use your capo to play in some other keys using the same exact chord shapes that I'm going to teach you. The second thing is one strumming pattern that can get you through this entire song. And the third thing are the chords. I'm going to play through each section of the song, and as I do, I'm going to have these little handy chord diagrams in the upper right-hand corner for you to see exactly what I'm playing and what my finger placement is for all the chords that I am playing for this song. Don't forget that this video is time-stamped, which means that you can skip ahead to a certain section that you want to learn if you want to. Just hover over that time bar at the bottom of the video and skip away. Alright, so this song was recorded in the key of F. What that means for me in approaching this song on an acoustic guitar is having my capo on fret number 5 and playing in what's called the C position. If you don't know what the C position is or how to play in that, I have a video for that, so click up above or down below. But you would have your capo on fret number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you would play in the C position. And you're going to be in the key that the song was recorded in, the key of F. This is the key that I'm going to be doing this tutorial in because that key happened to fit my voice nicely as well and my range, so I'm going to stay in that key. But perhaps you want to go up or down. If you wanted to go down in key, obviously super easy with a capo, you just take your capo down maybe 1 fret. That would put you in the key of E, using the same chord shapes that I'm going to teach you. Another fret down, that would be E flat or D sharp. And another fret down would put you in the key of D. So you just download your chord chart in the key of C, use the same shapes that I'm going to teach you today, and you'll be good to go. If you wanted to go up in key, you could go up 1 fret. That would take you to the key of F sharp or G flat, which is kind of a peculiar key. And then 1 more fret, that would put you in the key of G. But at that point, I would suggest just taking your capo off completely and playing in the actual G position. But if you wanted to use the same chord shapes that I'm teaching you today, then yeah, you would have your capo on, what is this, fret number 7, and play in the C position, and you'd be there. Alright, let's play through this one strumming pattern that will get you through the entire song, and then I'm going to slow it down for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's slow that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, 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 down. Alright, so let's learn these chords. For the intro of the song, it's more of like a rhythmic thing with a drum beat. Not too much like chords or, notes being played. So I'm just going to start right at when Redman starts singing that first verse. So let's start from there. So 1, 2, 3. Anything that can be shaken will be shaken. You alone, a solid rock, remain. There's something in the air, and when the world is changing, you're the God who always stays the same. In every storm, you stay the same. Alright, chorus number 1. I will say it is hard to decipher exactly the chords that they're playing. I heard the original mix. I also have an account with multi-tracks, and I was listening to each individual stem, trying to figure out the chords, because there's no actual chord chart posted to like Song Select or anything like that right now. So I'm just going to play kind of like the most basic chord progression for the chorus. I do believe that there are some chords that you could throw in there. Definitely that the synth bass in the tracks is doing. It's kind of doing some walk-ups and stuff. But I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to stick to like the core set of chords for this chorus. So let's play through it. So 1, 2, 3. Lift up a song of faith. Then after that first chorus, they go into verse 2, same exact chords as what I taught you for verse number 1. Then they go into the second chorus, which is, it has some more lyrics to it. So it's basically like the first chorus times 2, chord-wise. So you can just refer back to that first chorus that I already taught you, and just play that twice for chorus number 2, and you'll be good to go. All right, let's play through this pre-bridge instrumental. It's basically the same exact chords as what you're going to play for the bridge, but let's play through it anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, the bridge. Let's keep going with those same chords that we just played. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Your kingdom won't be shaken, whatever life may bring. Your love will be our anthem until we see the King. You're Lord of every battle, you're Lord of everything. Your love will be our anthem until we see the King. And then they repeat that bridge again. More vocals come in. They kind of change the melody a little bit, but the same exact chords all the way through. And then they play through an instrumental, which is basically just the bridge again. So what we just played, basically you're just going to play 2 more times, and you'll be good chord-wise. All right, then after those bridges and the bridge instrumental, after you sing the bridges, it goes into like a drum chorus. So there's not really anything chord-wise going on. There are some electric kind of lead lines going on and stuff like that. But it's kind of like a more rhythmic chorus. And then they sing the second chorus, and that's when the whole band comes in and you're playing the actual chords. And those are the exact same chords that I already taught you for chorus number 1. So you can just refer back to that first chorus. And then after that chorus, they're done. So those are all the chords for the entire song. So now that we've learned this song, why don't we bring it into my rigorous grading system? This song could potentially receive up to 3 check marks in my grading system. So let's see how it does. The first check mark is to see whether this song could be played not only in a full band context, which sounds great, but could it also be played with just one instrument? And I really think that this song could be. It's not super complicated musically. I mean, when you listen to the tracks and all that's going on, yes, it sounds like there's a lot going on, but the chord structure is really basic. The melodies are very predictable, and I really think that it could hold its own on just one instrument. You know, I really think that it could. So yes, it gets that check mark for me. Check mark number 2, would this song be easy for you and your band to learn, you know, at a rehearsal? You know, is this something that you could really pick up easily, you know, with whatever diverse set of volunteers that you have, whatever their skill levels are? And yes, I think you could pick this song up quickly. You know, there are some things that you'd have to work through, like there's only a synth bass going on in the song. So if you have an actual bass player, you know, he would have to kind of, you might need to adjust, and he would really have to hear for what that synth bass is doing so that he can replicate it on the bass. And then, you know, there's no really acoustic guitar, you know, in the song, so you just have to play along with that. So there's a few things that you can't really refer to in the actual song instrument-wise. You know, it's like, okay, so what's the bass doing? It's like, well, there is no bass, it's a synth bass. What are the drums doing? Well, it's actually like a drum track. You know, it's kind of like a synth. They're synth drums, really. You know, what's the acoustic guitar doing? So there is no acoustic guitar in the actual song. So stuff like that, you'd have to kind of adjust. Like, you know, your drummer, it's a pretty simple beat. You know, any drummer probably could be able to be like, yeah, I can pull that off on a set. You know, I can kind of pick it apart and apply it to a real drum set. So, but with all that said, yeah, I think that the song could be easily learned by, you know, any worship team. And checkmark number 3, is this song congregational? Could it fit on a Sunday morning in just a normal church service set list? And yeah, I totally think that it could. And I really love the message that is being conveyed in this song, in the lyrical content, you know, as far as the world being shaken and God not being shaken, and us looking to Him, you know, in the midst of all the chaos. But kind of like juxtaposing that with, you know, our God is faithful. We can look to Him. He's not shaken. You know, when everything else is shaken, He's not. So I love that idea, and I think it's really something that the church needs to be singing right now. So yes, totally, this song would fit in a congregational setting. So that is it for this song, guys, by ICF Worship and Matt Redman, When the World is Changing. It's right there in the title. I love that. And you know, an amazing song that you could probably easily plug in to your repertoire and start singing on Sunday morning, and the church would totally connect with it. So I hope that this video helps you to do this song. If it does, why don't you comment down below? Let me know if you're doing this song, and if this video helped you, I want to hear from you guys. God bless you wherever you are, however you're doing ministry and serving the Lord. I hope that the Lord blesses the work of your hands. Wherever you are, I hope that you're getting super crazy. And I'll see you guys in the next video.